Wieder leiser machen? Ich habe das voll aufgedreht gehabt.
Okay. All right. Okay, welcome everybody. This is me, Zed again. Yeah, I have apparently double runs at this ESA Germany. Before I start, I have to say this run was originally supposed to be a co-op run between me and my co-partner Zin. We have rooted out the game completely. It's a very, very awesome co-op experience. Unfortunately, due to personal reasons, he had to opt out very shortly before the run. I want to show you the game anyway in solo. I have to admit, I'm not a very good solo player, and I couldn't derust in time for a good run. But you're in for a very trippy, esoteric experience anyway. All right. This is THOTH. It's a minimalistic twin-stick shooter, also by Jeppe Carlsen, gameplay designer of Limbo by Playdead. He also developed 140. My goal is to beat all these 64 levels in a row. I'm going to explain the rest during the run. All right, and 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is THOTH. You see, I'm that circle here. I'm trying to shoot geometric shapes. The game is subdivided into 64 levels, and those are again divided into sets of 4 levels. At the fourth of every level of the sets, you have to fight a boss, and after you defeat a boss, you reach a checkpoint for the next set of the levels. Each set of the levels introduces a new gameplay mechanic. So here, this is just straightforward introduction to the gameplay mechanic. I'm a circle, I can float around, I can shoot things, I fly, and I lose speed when I stop. I lose speed when I shoot, and I'm faster when I don't shoot. And now we are at the second set of the levels. This introduces these barriers here. I can touch them. I can barely touch anything. Practically I can only touch the walls, my co-op partner, or the shots of my co-partner. We don't have a co-partner here, so this goes out of the question. And everything else kills me. When I kill an enemy here, the interesting mechanic is the enemy doesn't go away. However, it becomes a zombie version of themselves, being faster and harder to dodge. So you want to kill enemies strategically if you want to go fast, which I am trying here, of course. The co-op experience is very fun because in co-op you have your shot is a bit weaker, but together you're stronger. So you have to really root out which enemy to shoot when, who shoots which enemy when, and stuff like that. And I currently messing up everything. The community for this game is very small still. This game was released at the end of last year. But if you're interested, as usual, just get in touch. As you see, the mechanic of this stage was that the enemies have like cores inside them that they can shoot towards me once I have killed them. This was the boss here. Sound design, again, is very trippy in this game, and kind of fits the mood. The name Thoth, by the way, comes from the Egyptian god Thoth, or Thoth, or however you pronounce it. And this is the god of the moon, or of the afterlife. So maybe we are some kind of trying to clearing souls here, but it's so abstract you don't really have to care what this game tries to be about. The mechanic of this stage, if you haven't noticed, there's these fences, and they switch off and on interchangeably when you kill an enemy. So the stages are kind of getting harder as you progress. The first 3 stages, the first half of the game is quite easy, but there's a few very, very hard stages in the end of the game that we're going to reach. This mechanic we call the expanders. These things, they just expand, and if you shoot them, they retract again. And if you completely shoot them, they start expanding until the level is full or until you're dead. So you have to shoot enemies, as usual, strategically.
You said the THOTH community is small, but clearly the Limbo community is large because there's another donation by Gelly.
Gelly, okay, go ahead.
No solo co-op? For shame. Zed, good luck with THOTH. Anyway, love, Gelly.
Thanks a lot, Gelly. Yeah, solo co-op is an extremely hard category. Let me explain very quick. So as you see, the enemies become harder versions of themselves when they die. The same thing goes for your co-op partner. When your co-op partner dies, they become a zombie version of themselves, which gets extremely quick, extremely fast, and it's very, very hard to dodge. It's faster than any other enemy. So basically I've just messed up this level. Huge. The enemy enemy co-op partner is the hardest enemy of the game. This level set introduces the connector mechanics. If I shoot the enemy, the dots connect with the enemy, and if I run into the dots, I die. We have a runner, a really new runner of this game, Kevio, and he has grinded out the game. Interestingly, he doesn't play with the controller like I do. I just prefer the twin stick movement, and I also like to have analog control speed. This was a very bad level, by the way. But he plays it with WASD and mouse, because you might have a less precise movement. However, you have a way more precise aiming with the mouse, and what he loses by unprecise movement, he makes up with a very precise aiming. I do prefer controller because I'm running usually a different category solo, so-called solo co-op. What solo co-op is, as I just explained, when the co-partner dies, they become the hardest enemy of the game. The thing is, even the game challenges you with an achievement to go for this mode. Oh my god, it was the first death of the run, and it was very preventable. The game challenges you to try it out. You can just turn on co-op mode, but just play as one player. So the other player will stay still and do nothing the whole run. So it will guaranteed die at some point in every level. That makes each level much, much harder, because first of all, you're weaker, and second of all, you have the hardest enemy in the game trying to kill you. But you also need to be better at reading enemy patterns for dodging, and this is what I specialize in. And there's also a very, very hard mode of the game, the so-called lava levels. And so far, I am the only player in the world, apart from the developer, as far as I'm aware, who has beaten those 64 stages in lava, which is basically the same 64 levels as the regular stages. However, you have lava walls, and so you can't touch the walls either. The stages are harder, and there's only one checkpoint after 32 levels. Good luck. It took me 12 hours for each of the sets to complete them in total, and I had many, many deaths.
We have 2 more donations.
All right.
$5 by Becky-chan. Thank you, Zed, for this amazing limbo run. You rock the blindfolded part like a boss.
Thanks a lot, Becky.
And Yajiji gives $20. Zed, good luck. Show me how to do the game thoroughly, PogChamp.
Well, this is a nice strat if you mess it up. I think I didn't mess it up. Okay, good. If you're unlucky and you didn't manipulate the movement of the enemies correctly, they will change the angle and crush you in the corner. But this is the fastest strat. Also, what you might want to know, there is no RNG in this game. Everything you see movement-wise is manipulated by me. So the enemies, they react to your movement. They get pulled towards you, pushed away from you, stuff like that. And what I do is I just manipulate every level. In solo co-op, however, it is way harder to manipulate it precisely the same way every time. This is the reason why solo co-op requires you to be better at reading current enemy patterns, and yeah, I just prefer more to dodge on the spot as opposed to just doing skips. This is the hardest set of the levels. These are the clones, which kind of reminds me of the Swapper, by the way. These enemies, well, alright, these enemies will omit clones of myself, and once I kill the next enemy, I swap places with this very clone. So we have clones and swappers, the conspiracy theory. Nah. Whoa, I could have survived that. Nice. Conspiracy theory goes together. Come on. There we go. Wow.
So even if you sometimes make it look so easy, this game, it's just me, this game is so damn hard.
Yeah, it took me quite a few hours to beat this the first time. I have to say though, the developer Carlson, he did contact me and asked me if I wanted to beta test it, which shoutouts to Jeppe Carlson. And I did, and I fell in love with it already. I'm very sad that very, very few people know of it, because I hate it when this happens. Because the game is actually very good. It's hardcore, but it's also very fun. And if you want to speedrun it, Kevio, the guy who currently has the world record, I think I already did a shout out to him, but whatever. He has rooted out the levels newly. So now I can't clone myself because I suck apparently. This run was actually quite good paced right about before this set of stages, but I expected this to happen because this is arguably the hardest set of stages. But once we're through here, the rest should work out fine. Come on. So you don't want to be inside of an enemy when you get cloned. Why can't I dodge? Oh my god.
Take a deep breath, you know you can do it, and I know you can do it too.
I shouldn't try and talk while I'm playing through hard levels. Right now, don't die here. Okay, I will take my time now.
So what you can see here, the blinked dot will be the dot where he spawns in. If he shoots the square when he's hitting the blinking dot, he will instantly die. Because the game is first swapping and then he's realizing, oh well, the game is done. The level is done. So he has to check.
Alright, finally through this awful set of stages. Don't talk to me or my clone ever again. Alright. The soundtrack becomes more and more menacing.
It becomes really intense.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the band, but the developer worked with a famous electronical music duo from Denmark.
Let me check it.
Oh, you know them?
No, I will really check it fast.
Alright, okay.
No problem.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Okay. Right.
Steam, don't let me down.
You can look on Bandcamp. Right, this is the wallless levels. Now you see there's no walls on the left and the right. The enemies can pass through there and reach me, but I can't because I can't go through the fences.
Okay, I have them.
Yeah.
Christian Vogel and Gunver Reiberg.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently there's some underground. They are some underground electronical duo. And Carlson, he talked to them, why? And asked them if they want to do the soundtrack. And they even made a presentation for him. They showed him a weird movie where they thought, hey, this game reminds me of this movie. And he said, oh, wow, it really does. The mood does remind me as well. And that was apparently the inspiration to call this game THOTH after all. Carlson, as I have maybe explained, he worked at Playdead and worked with Playdead on Limbo and Inside. And he has since left the company, and he is currently working on his third game under his release under his own name. So after 140 and THOTH, the next game is coming out sometime later this year. But he said it's going to take a while. But you can bet that I will play it and maybe even experience. Okay, good. Through this awful stage.
By the way, if you haven't seen 140 yesterday, you should really check this out. The VODs was really good.
Oh, I'm stupid.
The mechanic is whenever a square dies, the dots in the inner circle are spreading out, and when another one dies, it's just spreading in again.
I don't have strats for this level. I'm not used to that. I'm sorry. I wish Zin was here. I can't do them solo.
You can do
Don't
it.
worry. Sorry?
You can do it.
Yeah, I know I can do it, but
Nice.
I try to go too risky. All right. All right. This is the next mechanic. Is there's some moving wall things every time an enemy dies. This thing here moves up and down. And if I killed both of the almost same time, I can prevent me crushing. We're approaching the final set. With the most awful level in the game, we call them dragons, these enemies. They are super hard to manipulate the way you want them to. It's just a tiny pixel away from the position. Changes the movement in a super different way than you're used to.
And if you don't have guessed why they are called dragons, because when they are shoot, they look like. Here we have the teleport or the claw mechanic again.
Come on, die! And as you might see, enemies do regenerate when you don't shoot them. So sometimes you calculate a shot and you just miss one more shot or one more frame of shooting the enemy, and your whole level strat falls apart because oh wow, I hate myself. Because the enemy regenerates. This is extremely unfortunate, and has destroyed many runs, especially many lava runs that I did. And many co-op runs, or especially solo co-op runs, because your strength in co-op mode is weaker than solo mode. Oh wow!
Trapped again.
I'm guessing I'm above average estimate already, but don't worry. We're ahead of schedule, so I will just keep calm.
So, and if you haven't saw it, some of the mechanics are combined, like the teleport and the shooting one. So he can do a strat to shoot one of the shooting death and then teleport it to another.
Trying to play it safe here. Alright, final boss. I haven't played safe because I'm already... This one isn't very good anyway. The first half was quite good though, for my standards. Kevio is god, he has such good strats for every level. Maybe I will come back and help root the solo runs again. And... Fine, there we go. Well, sorry for not keeping the estimate, but...
This game is so hard, don't worry. Don't worry.
It's very hard. Okay, very trippy ending cutscene here. Yeah, thank you, that was Thoth. Thanks for watching. Check this game out. It's really good if you like twin-stick shooters, if you like esoteric minimalistic games, if you like hardcore games. This game is for you. Don't be fooled by the simplistic looks. It's actually super deep gameplay-wise. All right. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you, Zed, for those 2 runs of Limbo and Thoth. Next up will be Hollow Knight, which has been added to the schedule recently.